While waiting for a station to free up at the Disco Elysium booth, I got chatting to one of the developers. Short into our conversation, he compared the game to a cross between classic RPG title Baldur's Gate and the gritty detective TV show True Detective. At first, well, I was a little confused about what he meant, not to mention the fact that I thought it was a pretty bold statement. However, although this was a bold statement, it also turns out to be a true statement. Disco Elysium is one of the most unique games I've ever played. The game is set in the fancy town of Revocol West, a town littered with corruption and where people really don't give much of a crap about one another. The game starts with you waking up after what appears to be a pretty heavy night of drinking, with your first challenge being to find your misplaced clothes. But before any of this happens, you're given a small snippet to the type of narration we can expect in Disco Elysium. Before waking, you're treated to some excellently written dialogue, which you soon realise is actually you. It's your thoughts, well, some of them anyway. When talking back to these thoughts, you'll have various options to reply, which I later learned all have an impact on how these thoughts level up, which leads me to the point, these inner thoughts are actually your skills. The best comparison I can give here is how similar this element of gameplay felt to the brilliant RPG game Planescape Torment. Granted, Planescape was one of the most bonkers RPGs ever made, but it also features some of the best conversation and skill systems, where similar to games like D&D, some tasks would require a random roll in order to succeed. At first, this in-depth conversation skill system can be very confusing, and in all honesty, even after 45 minutes with the game, I still didn't have a full understanding of it. But with that said, it also gave me some genuinely hilarious moments from the demo. Seeing as you play as a middle-aged, chubby detective who appears to not really have a care in the world, you can reply to most people with excellently written remarks, some that will even challenge what you call politically correct. I had so much fun at the beginning telling people that I was a superstar cop, to the point where I even had the option to try and sleaze my way into bed with someone by being a superstar cop. I've done a pretty poor job in trying to explain how the game works, so I'll try to keep this simple. Disco Elysium is genuinely brilliant. The stunning oil painting artwork, dark corrupted world and excellently written conversation skill emphasis have got me very excited to play the game when it gets a full release. Disco Elysium has turned out to be a brilliantly hidden gem from EGX, and if you're heading to the show, I highly recommend that you check it out.